Hey there, motherfuckers. Welcome back to Yabs Pod, yet another BS podcast. I'm Jeremy, he's Dalton, and we're here to entertain. How you been, Dalton?
I'm fucking tired, bro. I feel like I just live in this perpetual state of tiredness. Like, work has been fucking ridiculous lately.
Dude, I think that's just everybody now, though. Like, everybody I know is just tired all the fucking time. Nobody has energy anymore.
Oh, there's no such thing, man. They sap it out of us. Like, so over the last week, I went into work. We had a meeting. And to sum it up, so for one, I go in there and there's this dude named Chris who comes in every now and then and works he's a shift lead, but he's a floating shift lead. So he goes to like stores that just need a shift lead.
Yeah.
So I come in and they're like, all right, go back in the office, clock in, get your theatro and stuff, and then come up here. We're going to have a meeting. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. So Lane comes in, and me and him are both in the office. We're getting our theatros and stuff, and he goes walking out because I let him do it first. I was like, yeah, go ahead, dude. Because you have to grab the theatro, get on the computer, link it, put it on, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, dumb shit.
So I go and do all my stuff, and I grab my drinks, and I go walking up front, and as I'm coming down the aisle, I'm like halfway across the store. Chris goes, come on, Dalton, hurry up, I'm waiting on you. And I just went, well, clearly I'm on my way, Chris. And so I kept walking and I walk up there and then my boss, Trisha, was like, come on, Dalton, we're waiting on you. And at this point, at that moment, I was like, fire me. I don't give a fuck. So I just went, I'm here. Start talking.
Yeah.
And she kind of just nodded and started talking.
I would have been like,
and
started walking slower every time they said something.
Dude, I did not put a pep in my step. I tell you that much. I was like, dude, fuck you. I will get it.
So this Chris guy, I'm going to go ahead and say he's a douchebag off the top. I don't know him. He's probably a douchebag. Is he one of those motherfuckers that has like middle management energy? He's like, come on, everybody, let's get hyped up for this ship. Come on, we're gonna get this 5S done, and we're gonna hit our metrics, blah, blah, blah. Like, is he that kind of guy?
Around Trisha.
Yeah.
But other than that, no, he's a lazy piece of shit. He doesn't do nothing.
But no, I'm not talking about him actually doing stuff. I'm talking about him trying to hype up people who are making like minimum wage or barely above, that, you know, we're a team, we're going to get everything done, and then he doesn't actually fucking do anything. He just takes credit for the shit that you guys do.
No, I haven't worked with him enough to know if he actually does that or not.
Okay.
To be honest, I've only worked with him a couple times, but I've worked with him enough to know that he's no fucking help and he just gets in the way.
Yeah.
I do have shift leads that do exactly what you're talking about, though.
Yeah, I call that middle management energy.
It drives me crazy.
Yeah, I fucking hate it.
But so the meeting was basically my manager, God forbid, had to come up front, and she spent like 2 hours up there cleaning it up and organizing shit. And so now where our registers are, behind us is a counter. And I used to take my drinks and I'd set them in the corner of the counter, back up out of the way.
Yep.
Not allowed to be there anymore. If your stuff's up there, it's getting thrown away and you're getting in trouble for having your stuff up there.
Yeah.
You now have to have your drinks and snacks under the register, and you're not allowed to leave them overnight. If you leave them overnight, they're getting thrown away. That, I don't care. I never leave my shit there overnight. I agree with. Yeah, I never leave my shit overnight anyway. That is what it is. But then it started getting into, we're not allowed to buy things on the clock. So like if we're thirsty and stuff, like you're kind of fucked. I'm not going to listen to that rule.
Yeah,
if I'm thirsty, I'm buying a fucking drink. Like, fuck you. I'm spending my money at this establishment.
Yep.
Fuck you. Okay. What else?
What you should do as a quote peaceful protest, when you get your break, go across the street to CVS and buy like 6 sodas and bring them back with you, and just like strap the CVS receipt to them. Like, well, y'all told me I couldn't buy shit in store on the clock, so I just went across the street on my break. If you can tell, so I wouldn't make it long in environments like that.
Dude, Megan pretty much had to talk me out of quitting the other day. Like, so after this meeting, I'm just like annoyed, and me and a girl I work with, I won't give her a name in case anybody ever listens to this. I don't care if I get fired. I don't want to give other people's jobs up. Yeah. We just basically talked about how that was a complete waste. The meeting was a complete waste of time. Like, it's like, and now it's not just something they're asking us to do. It is now part of our job requirement to ask every customer if they would like to sign up for a Walgreens credit card.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
I still don't do it. I'm like, no, dude, I don't. I morally feel bad about being like, hey, would you like this credit card that has a really high percent interest on it? Like, nah, dude, fuck that. You know, and I hate it because this job pays decently, and it's less than 2 minutes from my house, and it is stressing me out beyond fucking belief.
Yeah, welcome to the working world, Dalton. I will say,
no, I've had other jobs that don't stress me out.
Yes, but retail's a different kind of job.
But even grocery stores.
No, grocery stores aren't the same. This is a different level of retail.
Yeah, well, I prefer grocery stores, dog. I liked working in produce. I just like kept all the veggies looking nice and shit, and told people where the radishes were. That was fantastic.
Yeah, no, working at this level of retail fucking kills your soul.
The thing is that like they just dump so much on us up front, and then don't give us enough people to handle it all, and then get mad that everything doesn't get done. So
you know how like in Japan and Korea and a few other countries, when you graduate high school at 18, you're required to do 2 years of military service before you go to college or whatever you want to do as an adult?
Yeah.
I think they should have something like that here, but I think every person at the age of 18 should have to work 2 years of retail, and then you go to college or do whatever you want to do. Because think of all these rich assholes or fucking trophy wives and shit that have never had to really work in a day in their life because, you know, they went to rich daddy's alma mater and, you know, were part of the boys club, so they got hooked up with a management position right in the door. They've never actually had to do anything for themselves. So they treat retail workers and service industry people like shit because they don't care.
Yeah. So, last weekend, or I guess this past weekend, I had 2 closing shifts in a row where I get off at 9. So, I went in the first night, and on my list, it had the usual paper goods, incontinence, warm drink bay, sodas, water. Work all that.
Yeah.
So, much like every other fucking night that I work, I went and worked that, and whatever would go up, I put it up. I didn't go over to the little piece of paper and sign off next to it.
Yeah.
I just did it.
Those checklists are very important because the people who have no idea how to do your job, that's the only way they know if your job's been done or not.
So I'm glad you said that. So the next day, I go into work, I put on my Theatro, and on the Theatro, when you go in and you sign in, it'll be like, would you like to hear today's 5-minute meeting?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, play message. So it'll play, and it's the opening manager. It's usually one opening manager. Leaves a 5-minute message of the day, you know.
Yeah.
And it's usually complaining that we're not getting enough credit cards and other stuff. But this particular day, the message was about how nothing got done the day before. None of the backstock got worked. All of this shit. And I was immediately furious, Jeremy.
Yep.
Immediately, because my knees and my back were hurting from doing all the shit from the day before. So I was like, what the fuck? So I'm finally, like I said, Megan talked me out of fucking quitting while I was sitting in the bathroom on the toilet, just seething. And my closing shift lead comes up to me, and I had finally cooled off a little. And she comes up to me and she goes, by the way, and I'll just say the opening shift lead said that the bathrooms were disgusting when she came in today and that you need to do a better job. And I was just like, so here's the thing. I start my chores at 7:30. By the time I get to the bathrooms, it's usually about 8 o'clock. I get off at 9 o'clock. We are open until 10 o'clock.
Yep.
Wouldn't it be smarter, since the closing person usually has to be there until 10:15, for you to close the store at 10 o'clock and have that motherfucker go clean the goddamn bathrooms after it's closed and nobody else can go in there and fuck it up?
Yep.
Oh, dude. My closing shift lead comes up to me later and she goes, do you ever just want to, like, you're so mad you either want to scream, cry, or just punch someone? And I just went, yeah, if you go look hard enough in the back right now, there's a box that felt my wrath earlier. It was a paper good box and it wouldn't fit where I needed it to go, and I made that motherfucker fit where I needed it to go. I punched it a few solid times and it went right where it needed to go. And dude, it's just it's been eating at me. And my main shift lead told me at one point, the holidays there will make or break you.
Yeah.
What she didn't tell me was that it's not just the customers, it's the people you work with will also make or break you.
Yeah.
Like, there's no goddamn reason they should all be as stressed as they fucking are. We have plenty of Christmas shit. It's all in the back. It's stuffed everywhere. We have plenty of stock. The stock gets worked.
Yeah.
What the fuck else do you want from us? I say all the time at work, I'm like, dude, I don't have a fucking S on my chest. I'm not Superman. I can only do so much.
Yep.
And here's the thing. They say that I should be focusing on backstock. But I'll try to focus on backstock while I'm getting called to the front to help with IC3s, or called to the front because they're doing photo orders and they need me to ring somebody up. And then they have the shift lead asking me to help with this and help put up stickers and do all this. I'm only one fucking person.
Yep.
It doesn't make any sense.
So don't take my advice because you'll probably get fired. But what I would do is get a little pocket notebook. When they say focus on backstock, every time they call you off to do something, write the time and write down what they called you off to do and have them initial it. So that way when they're like, how come the backstock didn't get done? You can pull your notebook out and you say, well, we'll check the minutes. Like, that'll probably get you fired, but that's the kind of shit. That's why I can't do a job like what you do.
I don't think that would get me fired, but it would definitely not look good to everyone else I work with.
Yeah.
And that would make life hell up there more than it already is.
Yep. So about the checklist thing, here's the funny thing. Checklists are the tool of the idiot. Idiots love checklists. What you could have done in that situation, you could have not stocked the shelves and just signed off on the checklist. I guarantee you that fucking cunt never would have actually checked the shelves, because obviously she didn't check them. She just checked the checklist. But she wouldn't have checked the shelves and would have said you did a good job because you signed off on the checklist. Because checklists are the tool of the idiot. Too bad idiots seem to get a lot of like middle management jobs.
Yeah, what drives me crazy is that this particular person will be like, I'm gonna have you work these specific shifts early while I'm here so I can teach you things. And then while I'm there, I never get really taught anything because they're running around like chickens with their head cut off trying to appease the upper management.
Yep.
So they want me to become a shift lead this month at some point. And then they want me to be ready by, I think, sometime in January to be able to close by myself with no help.
Yeah. And
I'm like, okay, if I could get trained, I've had one night where I was like shown how to do things closing so far.
Yep.
Now I go in there every night and watch them count and how they write it down and all that. So I kind of have the gist, but like, I don't know the safes. I only know so much about the safe and things like that, so I don't know. It's nerve wracking. My friend Kelsey works at a marijuana farm and said that they're hiring, and she's like, you should come work with me. She's like, they have good pay, they have benefits, and you get 50% discount at the dispensary. I was like, if it's worth the drive, because I didn't see how far it was away, because it's on the outskirts of Gainesville. Which is, Gainesville's about a 30-minute drive to get to town. So yeah. So other than work, man, I've just been playing some video games. Everybody's been playing Pokemon.
Been playing some American Truck Simulator.
I did play some American Truck Simulator, and that game's relaxing as fuck, bro. Yeah. If you'd like to hear more about that, check out this week's Steam Machine podcast.
Did you use my bit from last week on Steam Machine about that fucking cop? I forget what I said because I'm an idiot. My brain cells don't work. But I said he looked like some kind of animal in a human costume.
No, I didn't. But we did talk about that cop, though.
Okay.
We definitely talked about that.
What did I say? I can't remember what I said. My brain cells don't work.
He looked like a bunch of raccoons in a human costume.
No, it was like a worm or a bird or something. I don't remember. My brain don't work.
But everybody's been playing Pokemon, and I can't afford the new Pokemon game, so I've been playing Nexomon, which is a clone type game on Steam. It's really good, dude. It's funny.
Did you ask the boy at the store and he told you that was a game all the kids were playing?
Nexomon? No, actually, how did I find Nexomon?
That was a Simpsons joke.
Oh. I haven't seen The Simpsons in years, dog.
That was the Lee Carvalho's putting challenge. Marge was like, I asked the boy at the store, what game do all the boys like to play now? He thought it was something like Doom, and it was Lee Carvalho's putting challenge.
Well, so there's the two that I have are Nexomon and Koromon, and they're both really good. they're more of an ode to like the 2D style games.
No.
Coramon's closer to the pixel graphics, whereas Nexamon is all hand-drawn. Not hand-drawn, but it's like, how do I describe it? It's better looking than the older Pokemon games by far.
Yeah, it's drawn art, not pixel art.
Yeah. Yeah, it's and I really like some of the Nexamon. Like, they're quite nice to look at.
Yeah.
Like, design-wise and stuff. A lot of them are really cute. Some of them look badass, though. I'll have to send you pictures of a few of them.
There's a random NPC in the new Pokemon games that's like, it's a chick, but she's tall as fuck, she's buff as fuck, and she's got big old titties. Every time I see her, I'm like, damn, hey baby, what you doing? Want to play with my Pokeballs?
My Pokeballs. Oh my goodness. So what have you been up to this week, man?
Just thought of a fucking TikTok video I saw. The dad was explaining to his kid about why he wore glasses. He's like, I have an astigmatism. And the kid was like, a stigma what? And his brother goes, a stigma balls in your mouth? Oh my god, dude.
That's tremendous.
What have I been up to this week? I rolled credits on Pokemon Scarlet and God of War Ragnarok. That was awesome. Now still trying to I'm trying to complete if I can complete the Pokedex, I'll call Pokemon done. And then I'll probably just let Ostara use my Switch to hunt for shinies whenever I see her. Because once you complete the Pokedex, you get some badge that makes finding shiny Pokemon easier. So I just want to do that. Ragnarok, I'm going to try to platinum and get 100% on, which is going to be tough because they have Berserker gravestones where you have to fight this really, really fast, really powerful guy. So think of like a Dark Souls or something where you have like a brute with a two-handed sword, big shield and armor and shit. But imagine him being like incredibly fast, like max speed stats. And that's what you have to fight. And it's a fucking nightmare. Yeah.
And then you're going to play Doki Doki Literature Club.
No, I think I'm going to play Stray first. But I also have Kenna Bridge of Spirits. Also have Lost Judgment. I also have Yakuza Kiwami 2. What else? Scorn. The new Need for Speed Unbound is apparently on Game Pass. I want to try that out. There's a lot of shit on the list. So yeah. But I do want to try out Stray. I don't know if I'll platinum it or not. Cool. It depends on how hard it is, but it's a fairly short game, so.
I haven't heard anybody say anything about it being hard.
No, I've heard it's really good, but we'll see. I thought about trying to play Doki Doki Literature Club in stream it in Discord, because apparently you can download a PlayStation app on your computer, and it's like a PlayStation remote play app, and I can remote play my PS5 on my laptop and stream through Discord.
Yeah.
So I thought about doing that.
Yeah, dog. I have the app for that. Actually, it works because I used to, before Spider-Man got released on PC, that was how I would play Spider-Man every now and then, as I would stream it from my PS4. So
what I'm wondering is, would it be better to stream Doki Doki, or would it rather be better to stream Stray? Because I feel like Stray is a game you can kind of jump in midstream and still kind of pick up, whereas I feel like something like a visual novel like Doki Doki, if you come in late, you're going to be kind of lost.
I wouldn't stream Doki Doki strictly because of spoilers.
Yeah, true. But I mean, that's
because
technically
Nathan
for
really
any games.
Haven't played. Dude, listen, especially for Doki Doki. I'm not going to get into it, but that game is especially, you need to avoid spoilers for it before you play it.
But Nate and Willie aren't going to watch my streams.
You don't know that. They like to pop in and be supportive. They're good guys.
Let's see. What else have I done this week? I don't know. I made a lasagna last night. I'm like breathing heavy tonight because I ate a shitload of it before I started recording. That probably wasn't the best idea.
I mean, it happens to the best of us. I had some cookies and milk before we started recording.
Been in a pretty good mood today. Last couple of days, so.
I've been off the past 2 days, so I definitely feel a lot better than I did. But
nice.
We'll see how that carries on over the next 4 days at work.
Yeah.
So what you got on the topic list, my brother?
So I was listening to some Snoop Dogg songs a couple days ago, and I was like, thinking about it, I was like, man, this motherfucker, if any human being is winning the game of life, I'm going to say it's Snoop Dogg. Because he's literally does just whatever the fuck he wants to do, and he makes it cool. Like, he fucking killed a guy, became a famous rapper, then wrote a cookbook, did a cooking show with Martha Stewart, became a country singer, became a Rastafarian.
One of my favorite memes of all time was a picture of Martha Stewart and a picture of Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, it's like one of these people have been to jail.
It just said, "Don't be racist. Only one of these people have been to jail."
Yeah.
Or something like that. And it was absolutely because Snoop got off for that murder charge.
Yep. What else? Yeah, he did a country song. He became he became a country singer, became a Rastafarian. I think they kicked him out of Rasta.
Doesn't surprise me.
Like, let's see. He was on Trailer Park Boys. He apparently has a kids show now called Doggyland. And
he discovered Lil Bow Wow.
Yeah, I sent you the video of it. He now has made a song, a rap, to the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme song. And I think that's just fucking great.
I have this theory that Snoop Dogg doesn't get mad like other people. I've never heard Snoop Dogg like shout.
Oh, you haven't watched some of the movies he's been in?
Like, well, no, I don't mean when he's playing a character.
Yeah.
I mean, like, just Snoop, like, any of his raps and stuff, like, I've never heard him get mad and yell. It's always just like, I'm going to kill you, and then I'm going to go to the club. Like, I mean, it's always just that easygoing Snoop Dogg voice.
Well, I mean, he smokes fucking hella weed. He pays a dude, like, 50 or 100 grand a year just to roll blunts for him. Like, he has a full-time blunt roller on staff.
Dude, I applied when Waka Flocka was looking for a blunt roller.
Nice.
Like, I applied, but you had to go to one of the shows that was Waka Flocka shows.
Yeah.
And then you had to sneak weed into the show. And because, like, they're like, no, dog, you need to know how to do that.
Yeah.
So you needed to sneak weed into the show, and then you needed to go backstage and roll a blunt. And then he had to judge you on how good you rolled the blunt and everything. But here's the thing about that. They pay those dudes a ton of money because if they ever get caught with that weed, that's their weed, not the artist's weed.
Yep.
They don't know what you're talking about.
Which at this point, like, the shit's mostly legal. So, like, to get arrested for weed nowadays, pretty much anywhere, you gotta, like, have a lot of that shit. Or be a black guy in the South.
Small amount of pot.
Yeah.
Gabe, life's over, dirtbag. Man, dude, Snoop's the man.
Yeah. One of the coolest motherfuckers on the planet. Like, Snoop is somebody I would love to meet. Like, just hang out with for a little while. Him and Shaq. I think Shaq would be cool as fuck. Shaq's kind of winning at life, too.
You know who else I would consider winning at life? Terry Crews. That dude's just himself, and everybody fucking loves him. And, like, Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey's like, they're like, nah, he can't do the price, or not the prices, right? He can't do Family Feud. And they were like, nah, just let him try.
Yeah.
And now he's like the greatest host there's ever been for Family Feud.
Yep.
And he doesn't creepily kiss guests.
Yeah.
Like some of the older 1970s people would do.
It was Richard Dawkins, was that his name?
Yeah.
Just fucking went up, kissed the women on the mouth.
It was like Love Connection or one of those types of shows. I don't think it was Family Feud, but yeah, just still strange as
one of the hosts on Family Feud kissed all the women on the mouth. I think he was even kissing like the teenage daughters on the mouth too, which is really weird. Yeah.
Creepy.
Yeah, you don't just kiss random people you don't know.
No.
It's fucking weird.
You also, while I'm on the subject, don't touch random babies.
Yeah.
Like, that baby might be susceptible for some germs and shit you got on you.
Dude,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
somebody I knew was talking about, I don't know if it was their baby or somebody they knew's baby, like somebody came up and kissed a baby on the head, had a fucking herpes and gave the baby herpes on top of its head. I was like, man, I'd fucking murder somebody for that.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, like that's fucking awful. That's fucking murder worthy.
So, I don't know how much you play mobile games, sir.
Not a lot.
I have a couple games that I call my pooping games.
Yeah.
All right, I play them while I'm on the toilet to pass the time.
That's TikTok for me. That's my pooping game.
TikTok? I got you.
Then you get one of those, like, kind of sexy TikTokers you watch, and, you know, you already wipe, but you're still sitting there because, you know, that's just the kind of slob you are. Then you just got to kind of turn around on the toilet, pull up that old ex-hamster.
No, you don't have to turn around on the toilet.
You have to turn around on the toilet.
Dude, I'm starting to think that you just, like, fuck your toilet somehow.
No.
So I think you're up in that porcelain throne just getting it.
No.
Anyway, one of the games that I play doesn't have ads unless you want to get like the little time boost, right?
Yeah.
And its ads are fair. Some of the other games I play, The mobile ads are getting fucking ridiculous, and I think that there should be a law to put some sort of tamer on them.
Yeah.
So hear me out on this. The ad will play. It'll be 30 seconds.
Yep.
Okay, that's normal. That's fine. 15 to 30 seconds is a normal ad length.
Yeah.
Whatever. So it plays the 30-second ad, and then it pops up the screen that's like, do you want to install the game? And you click the little X to say no, and the ad should be over.
But no.
But it's not. You hit the X, and then it brings up another little screen, and then brings up a countdown timer that's like 17 seconds.
Yep.
And then you have to wait for that, and then you click that X, and it brings up another little screen, and then you got to click the X, and then it goes away. And I'm like, what the fuck? I just wasted like a minute and a half of my goddamn life. That's not going to make me want to buy your fucking game anymore.
Yeah.
You give me a 5-second ad that just shows me something cool, and they're like, install, check it out. I'm going to be more apt to click that because you didn't waste my fucking time.
Yep. What kills me is, and I don't know how it doesn't fall under false advertising, but those fucking mobile game ads where they show you like gameplay and it's nothing to fucking do with what the actual game is. Like, not even remotely close. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
oh yeah. Like the games on Facebook that'll show you an ad and it's obviously Pokemon.
Yeah. No,
like
I'm talking about like, so there's a game I have called Homescapes that I used to play a lot. And it's like a match 3. You're like remodeling a house. Yeah. But dude, there were fucking ads for it. You know, like the pin pulling ads. Like, oh, pull this.
Those games always look fun.
But it's Homescapes. It's the fucking bald guy from Homescapes. It's like, pull the pins and lead him the right way. And then I saw the exact same ad, but it was for the fucking, it's called like Fish Kingdom or something. It's like a fucking aquarium puzzle game. It's the same goddamn ad, but instead of a little bald dude, it's the little fucking fish. I'm like, that should be false advertising. It should be fucking illegal.
I agree. There's one game, I think it's called like Evany or something like that.
Yeah.
They're the one game that advertises to have that mechanic, and they actually did put it in their game.
Yeah.
Like, but no, yeah, I get it, because I'm like, I would like a game of that.
Yep.
Where you're just figuring out which keys or which levers to pull to get what you need to where it needs to go.
Yep.
I would enjoy that little logic puzzle game. But no, they're just like, oh, we have this, but they don't actually.
Yeah.
And it's bullshit. Or they advertise like, hey, download this game with this link and you'll get 777 draws.
Yeah.
And then you download it and you don't get jack shit.
Yep.
That happened to me today. I downloaded State of Survival. And I'm like, oh, so this is just another fucking base building game. Like,
yep.
Click this, wait for the resources to build up, yada, yada, yada. And it didn't give me any of the stuff it said it would. So I'm like, well, I'm just going to uninstall this. This is dumb.
Well, a lot of those, it's like play until like level 5 and you'll get this bonus. I was like, no, I'm good. The ones that kill me are the games that they seem like legitimately fun games. You download them, you start playing them, and you realize it's super simplistic puzzles that take about 10 seconds to finish. And then you get a 30-second ad. And then another 10-second puzzle, a 30-second ad. And I just delete it at that point.
Yeah. If you show me an ad within the first like 2 minutes of me playing your game, I'm going to uninstall it.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Fuck your stupid fucking tactics to get ad revenue. It's bullshit.
Yeah, fuck that shit. Like, yeah. Dude, mobile games in general just suck now. Like, there's no good creative ones anymore because it's all just fucking ad revenue machines.
Unless you're going into the games that are actually like you pay for them.
Yeah.
That's different because there are some killer mobile games, but you have to pay for them. They're not free.
Yeah. Yeah, if you pay for the game, it's different. But yeah, the free ones are all just ad revenue fucking machines now.
Yeah, and you remember when it's like it used to be, and like the game that I was talking about, Grimoire, is what it is. It's just an idle game, but it doesn't hit you with all the get ads for this, ads for that, ads for this, ads for that. It just has the one thing that's like you can get a 4-hour bonus if you watch this, and you can stack it, right?
Yeah.
So I sit there and I watch the ads until I have a 24-hour bonus, and then I just leave it.
Yep.
And I let it do its thing, and that's it. And I don't mind that. That's how all the fucking mobile games used to be.
That's like one of my favorites was Adventure Capitalist.
Yeah,
love that game. And that's like you said, you got ads. You got ads to do 4-hour windows of bonuses. And then it would be like, do you want to skip forward 3 days? Get like 3 days worth of earnings at once? Watch this 30-second ad. It's like, fuck yeah, I'm fine with that. If you let me choose to watch an ad to get something in the game, I'm fine with that. But when you just throw ads at me every 15, 20 seconds, fuck your game.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, dude. It's like in even on PC, the game Smite, it's free to play, right?
Yeah.
But there's a thing in the game where you can earn this certain currency or whatever by watching ads. But I'll just click those and get them to start playing, and then I'll go take a shit. and just let the ads run. And when I come back, I have all this currency. I didn't have to watch a damn thing, and now I can go do whatever I need to do.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like the little things like that aren't bad either, but they don't force you to watch ads.
Yeah.
They don't. And another thing. So here's the big kicker. I'm glad I remembered this. There's an ad right now for some car game where it's like you're driving, and the higher your number is, you can eat smaller cars as you're going. Yeah. Right. At the very bottom of the ad, it has a thing that says skip ad with the arrows.
Yeah.
That is a part of the video.
Yep.
If you click that, it takes you to the download page. And that also should be illegal.
They do that with the X's too. They'll put an X on the screen and it's part of the fucking ad video. There's gonna be, you're gonna see like FTC regulation crack down on that shit eventually. And it's gonna be because some fucking senator's kid spent $30,000 on some stupid ass game, and he's like, "That's it. We got to do something about this."
Yeah. And until then, we all have to suffer for it.
Yeah. Not me. I just don't play any of that bullshit.
So, interesting discussion on Facebook the other day.
Yes. What is a FUPA?
What is a FUPA?
Is there a genetic or a gender specific FUPA, or FUPA's universal? I say they're universal.
I think it's universal. I've always called it the fat upper pubic area, which works for anybody. Everybody's got pubes.
I always had two. I always used the traditional fat upper pussy area and also the fat upper penis area. Both words start with P. Works just fine.
Yeah. So basically what started all this was I shared a meme that was somebody named Deborah from Twitter. Yes. Was like, isn't it funny how there isn't a derogatory term for the fat upper area of a male's body? It
was like the fat lower belly of a male's body. Or for a man's fat lower belly or whatever. She was concerning the FUPA.
So I shared it, and I said, well, it will now be known as a Deborah. Easy solve.
Yeah.
In my opinion, at least. And people weighed in. Almost universally, everyone was like, what a stupid thing to say.
Yeah.
Like, this is, like, a FUPA could be whoever the fuck it. You could be whatever you want to call. And then people started giving their other terms for it, which flabalanche, one of my favorites. I laughed so goddamn hard when I read flabalanche. That was great. I don't remember who said it, but I think it might have been Santa. But it doesn't matter. It was hilarious. But one person came on there and was like, no, you can't say that because everybody knows what FUPA stands for. Or something along those lines. And I'm just like, and that's when I said, I've always said it's fat upper pubic area. So
yeah, she was saying like men can't have a FUPA because of what FUPA means. And it's like, FUPA means whatever I say it means, motherfucker.
Yeah. It was just such a... So basically what I'm getting at is anybody can have a FUPA. Don't be that fucking person.
While we're on this topic, I'm trying to find this meme I saw on my phone the other day because it concerns this, but I have no fucking clue where it's at. But it was like a man and a woman. If I can find it, I'll share it in no context. It was like a man and a woman taking a photo. Like the man just had his hand like gently on the lady's FUPA. And it was like, don't date me if you ain't trying to have your FUPA gently held like this. Oh, it's so fucking funny.
Jesus Christ.
It's in my phone somewhere, but I don't fucking know where it is.
So what you got next for me, bud?
Let's see. Hold on just a second, because I want to find this shit. It's somewhere. You're here, and I'm going to find you, and I'm going to share you. So, anyways, I saw a tweet or an article or something. Apparently, Amazon Prime is doing, or Sony in collaboration with Amazon Prime is doing a God of War television series. Christopher Judge is the man who voices Kratos. I think he does a fucking wonderful job. He has a very amazing voice. And he has said that he wants to play live action Kratos. Apparently, they're saying, I don't know if it's actually true or if this is like whoever wrote this article who they want to play Kratos, but it said he was in contention with The Rock and Triple H. To me, I think Christopher Judge would be perfect for the role because he has the voice, he has the body. Put a fake beard on him, spray paint him white, put some red on him. I think he'd do fucking perfect.
But he doesn't look old enough for the Kratos that you want. See, you want Norse Kratos. Kratos in the Norse mythology is an old man.
I said they're going to do Kratos the Norse mythology games, because that's what people are playing right now. So that's what people will watch. If they did it, right now they released a Greek God of War series, the masses would say, this isn't the same as the game. And they'd be pissy about it.
So, and then they would learn something, because then they would learn that there were like 6 other games.
Because these idiots don't learn things, Dalton. You should know that. You work in retail. These idiots are incapable of learning and growing as people. They only want what they want when they want it.
But here's the thing. A God of War stuff is going to be aiming, their target audience is going to be gamers.
No. If that was true, the Halo series wouldn't have been what the Halo series was. Their target is the massive idiots, because the massive idiots are the ones that spend money.
Halo wasn't Amazon, was it?
No, it was Paramount, but still. It wouldn't have been what it turned out to be.
So here's my thing with Triple H. I think he would look the part for old man Kratos. But he fucking runs the WWE now.
Yeah.
He does not have time to go and do that. Like, he has a full-time schedule running that shit.
Plus, and I can't stress this enough, he's a shitty fucking actor. I know
He's been in like 2 movies.
You haven't played the Norse Kratos games, so you don't think he needs to be a good actor? He needs to be a good actor, because that Kratos is a lot more stoic and reserved than the Greek kill everything that moves Kratos.
So give it to Walter White.
No.
Let him be old man Kratos.
No.
Boy.
Okay.
You gotta put some grunt on it. Boy.
If I ever get to meet Christopher Judge, I'm just going to be like, can you just grunt for me like Kratos? Just,
yeah.
He'll probably have a sign on his table. It's like, autographs, $50. Autograph and selfie, $80. Grunt, $20. Saying boy, $40. Okay, let's see. I'm going to send you that meme, and then I'm going to post it in no context. It's so fucking good. Like, yeah. Holla at me when you're ready to get this FUPA held gently. Or get your FUPA held neatly like this.
That guy reminds me of my friend Nick.
It's so good. I'm going to post a picture. I'm going to post a picture of Christopher Judge out of context as well. So if you're listening to this, let me know if you think he would do good as Kratos. I think you put a fake beard on him. He has a really strong jawline. So I think fake beard, you spray him. Because Kratos is not white like you and I are white. Kratos is white like fucking... One of my friends said some racist ass shit, but she was like, he'd do pretty good because Kratos is pretty ashy anyway, so just let him get really ashy. I was like, that's really racist. You shouldn't say shit like that. But yeah, like, he's literally, my understanding is his skin tone comes from ash. Mm-hmm. Like the red in his skin, spoiler alert for people that don't know the story, are like his dead previous family. Like, so, black, white, Samoan, whoever, skin tone I'm not concerned about because they're going to paint you anyways. But I think Christopher Judge could kill it in that role. And if they don't cast Christopher Judge and they cast The Rock or Triple H, somebody's going to go burn down the Sony Santa Monica studios.
I don't think The Rock would do it though. Like,
I don't think he would be...
The Rock doesn't have a hardened enough face.
That's the person
who does it has to have a hardened face.
Yes, you have to be very like... And now you can do prosthetics and stuff to make it look a little different. But like we talked about pre-show, The Rock has become sort of there's a bit of comic relief in every role he plays. You can't have that with Kratos. Like, he's charismatic and charming and shit. That's not Kratos. Kratos, like you said, he is battle hardened. He is Spartan trained.
The epitome of stoicism.
There is no bullshitting in his life. Everything he does is with purpose. And yeah, I just think The Rock would be a terrible choice for it. You know who else would be a terrible choice? Fucking Chris Pratt. Don't give it to fucking Chris Pratt. Fuck Chris Pratt.
Why would Chris Pratt?
Because they give him every fucking thing. Because he's the hot white guy in Hollywood right now.
I mean, they did give him Mario, which blows my mind, but
we'll talk. We have a question about that. I have some opinions on that too, but we'll talk about that when we answer the question. But yeah, like, I'm trying to think if there's anybody else who could play the part that's going to look the part. Like, even
I know you're gonna shit all over this, but I have a buddy of mine who's an independent wrestler.
Yeah,
but he cosplays as Kratos, and he looks damn close to like, I don't know about maybe OG or now Kratos, but he looks a lot like OG Kratos.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know if he could act.
Yeah, probably not.
He's got the voice for it, but I don't know if he could act.
I want Christopher Judge to do it. Like, I want the kid who does Atreus, because those games, they like face scan and shit the actors. So some of the actor is in the character as far as face and stuff. So like the kid who plays Atreus looks a lot like Atreus in the show. But the problem is Atreus was like 8 or 10 in the first game, and I think he's like 12 or 13 or something in the second game. Like, so that kid's probably around that age. This show's probably not going to come out for 2 years. So you can't really have a 15-year-old play an 8-year-old in a TV show. So
okay, now I want to remember this.
Yeah, because
I remember, I believe that I said for Halo that they should have just let Master Chief's voice actor do him, and you gave me some spiel about it had to be an actor, and then you explained why the helmet came off and all of this bullshit. So we'll see. Now, all I'm saying, they do a Metal Gear movie. Fucking Snake better be David Hayter, or I'm gonna fucking riot.
Now, that's the thing, though. Christopher Judge is a film actor. He's been in movies, so he is I'm gonna look him up, because he was in a few big things.
He's probably in like The Mummy 6 and Mortal Kombat 8.
I think he might have been in a Mortal Kombat movie. Let's see.
That wouldn't surprise me. He looks like a dude who was probably in The Scorpion King or something.
He looks like a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
You people make me sick. What do you mean, you people? The hell you mean, you people?
He was in Marvel's Avengers video game as T'Challa. Let's see. Where's his like actual movies? He was in Sharknado 3. If that's not a fucking Hollywood masterpiece, I don't know what is.
I thought you said that the person that plays Kratos needs to know how to act. Sharknado? Come on, man. I love Sharknado, but
he was in Mega Shark versus Mecha Shark. No, he was in Stargate. He was in The Dark Knight Rises. He's done NCIS.
What did he play in The Dark Knight Rises?
Mercenary Security number 4.
Yes, I was gonna say like Grunt number 6.
He was in Stargate SG-1 though.
I'll give him that. Stargate's fire. Was he like one of the red shirts?
He was TEAL''C. I don't know who that is. I've seen like stills of him from I never watched Stargate, but I've seen stills from him. So he was physically in that show. A lot of his stuff is like voice acting too. He did a bunch of video game voice acting. He was in Snow Dogs. I know you remember cool. Snow Dogs.
The name rings a bell.
Let's see. He was in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air for one episode in 1995 as Workman.
I am Workman. I'm here to work.
He was in 21 Jump Street as Man in Q uncredited.
Bro, you are not helping your own case.
He was Darren in MacGyver.
Where the fuck is Darren?
No, I think he'd do a good job, but we'll see. Because with Amazon Prime, there's like a 40% chance this shit will never actually take off the ground. So, we'll see.
That's fair.
They
did have that show.
Why don't they make TV shows with like video game CG animation and just voice act it? Like, get the voice actors from the game and make the fucking show like the cutscenes from the game. I'd watch that. I know it costs
like Advent Children?
I know it costs a shit. Yeah, basically.
I mean, that's the only one I can think of that was kind of like that, was Advent Children.
There's a few episodes of Love, Death, and Robots that do that. It's fucking amazing. I love it. But my only thing I can think of is like it's really fucking expensive to do those kinds of graphics. And to make like a 10, 12 hour long series be fucking expensive.
It would need to seriously recoup some money.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. They'll cast some fucking body, and I'd even rather it be like someone who looks and sounds like Kratos but is a relative nobody versus like The Rock or somebody that it's going to take you out of the illusion of the show, because you're going to be like, that's Triple H. You're not going to be like, that's Kratos. It's like, that's Triple H playing Kratos.
Yeah.
So,
well, I will say though, like they got Henry Cavill to play Geralt, and he did a fucking good job.
Yeah.
And I'm really, really curious as to why he fucking gave up that fucking position.
I know James Gunn, I think, talked him into going back to Superman. Because James Gunn's in charge of the DC cinematic universe now.
God damn it, James Gunn.
I think he talked him. No, because he was a bomb-ass fucking Superman.
He was a good Superman.
He was a good Geralt, but at the same time, fuck Witcher.
Geralt.
Fuck Witcher in general. The chick that played Yennefer was hot. But yeah, fuck Witcher.
Fuck Christopher Judge.
Fuck you.
Fuck Christopher Judge.
You
fuck
can't
God
say
of War.
that because
Next topic.
I'm pretty sure he's gay, and if you say that, that's a hate crime.
Next topic. People died, Jeremy.
They did.
How can you be like this on a day that people died?
They did. They didn't die. Well, Mills Lane died today. Kirstie Alley died yesterday. It's 2023. We get over shit quick.
It's not 2023.
It's close. We're already over 2022. It's 2023 now. Fuck December.
Start that shit a month early.
Fuck December. No, fuck 2022. Get this shit out of here.
Kirstie Alley, dude. Like, I only know her from Cheers and Jenny Craig.
I loved her in the Look Who's Talking movies. That's where she was one of my crushes as a kid because she was hot. Dude, I don't care what anybody says. She was hot back in the day.
She was pretty on Cheers.
Apparently she had like addiction issues that she overcame. I read tonight she had colon cancer. And it was like she got diagnosed and within like, I think a few months she was dead. Like, yeah.
Wow.
It sucks, but it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mills Lane, that sucked. He was probably the most famous boxing referee. He probably because he was a referee they chose for Celebrity Deathmatch. And
that's how I know him as Celebrity Deathmatch.
Celebrity Deathmatch fucking ruled when I was a kid. I had the game on Xbox and I fucking love that game. They say it's horrible, but dude, I fucking love that game.
I mean, there's some games that people consider bad that I can get some fun out of, like Simpsons Wrestling.
Yeah, Simpsons Wrestling is fun to me. I don't care.
It's not good, but it's fun.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, rest in peace to those two. Hope you enjoyed the afterlife, if there is one.
Watch them cast, like, Channing Tatum as Kratos.
We still on
fucking
this?
Ryan Reynolds. No, I'm just trying to think of who they would cast.
Hugh Jackman.
Yeah. Fucking Hugh Jackman.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. Ed Helms.
Get Edward Norton in there. Like... Get him to bulk up.
Ooh, he could probably play like Balder or somebody. But then like
that's the stranger, right? In the first game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spoilers. Yeah, I heard he had a couple gates. Baldur's Gate reference.
Oh.
No, that's the thing is you need people who have like the accents too. That's a big part of it to me.
You know who I thought would play the stranger like perfectly, right?
Who?
And this is just based on looks. It's not based on acting ability.
Yeah.
Let me pull up a picture of him real quick. Alistair Black.
I've heard that name before.
He's a wrestler.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm going to copy this picture and post it to our little chat real quick so you can see what I'm talking about. And people.
I looked him up. He would kind of look the part.
If he bulked up a little bit, I feel like he could be...
Well, for Balder, he wouldn't need to bulk up. He would need to slim down. Cause like
I thought Balder was kind of bulky, not like ripped, but bulky.
No, Balder's like pretty ripped.
Yeah, I mean, like he's the one that came to my head if they were to cast that.
Like here, I'll send you Balder. I think he would look the part, and if he slimmed down, his body would be about right. But like, as if you look at those two pictures side by side, it's pretty fucking close. I don't know how well of an actor he is.
He'd have to grow his beard out a little bit, but yeah, that is damn close.
I mean, he's damn close. Like, he's about the right body size. He would just need to cut some of his fat. But, I mean, I'm sitting here like a fat turd that ate a shitload of lasagna, so I don't have a lot to say about it.
But yeah, as far as Kratos goes, man, like, we'll see.
Yeah. They'll cast,
in the end,
Joe Montana.
If I just hope that they get somebody who can look the part but also do Kratos justice.
Yeah.
Even though I don't have any real knowledge of how Kratos is now, I know how he was.
And you agree with me on the fact that they will probably do Norse.
Yes,
just
even though
because
I think they should start with Greek.
Yeah. Now, what I said that I think they should do the Norse story and either A, pepper in like flashbacks to tell part of the Greek story, or do the Norse story and then do a prequel series with a younger actor, and do the Greek story.
So I'm gonna jump in with the flashbacks. If you think that they're catering to idiots, they should absolutely not do it in flashbacks, because it's just going to confuse people. Because then people would be like, why is he in Greek mythology? What the fuck? Why does that matter?
Well,
blah, blah, blah.
They discuss that in the new games. They discuss his past in Greece.
Yeah, but that should be something that they reference, and then they do the spin-off for it.
Yeah. That's why I say I think the spin-off would be a better idea. Do a prequel show. But I don't know.
That's what they do with everything now, though. Like The Witcher is getting a prequel show.
I mean, it's the Hollywood formula.
What is the fucking show? House of Dragons is the prequel to Game of Thrones. Yeah. Which I'm sure people were like, hey, that's great and all, but can we just get the fucking book?
Yeah, fuck those books, though, man. Fuck people that are like, fuck the show, I read the books. I was happy that the last book didn't get released, because all those motherfuckers were crying, like, because they didn't know what happened beforehand. They couldn't be like, I read the book, I already knew that was going to happen. Like, that's why I think they bitched so much about the last season.
I think from everything I've heard, they bitched about the last season because they rushed it.
It was good, though. Like, I
don't know, you're like the only person I've heard say that.
No, I know at least 2 other, like, close friends that agree that it's good. A lot of people bitch because, like, shit didn't go the way they wanted it to go. I feel like, you know how it is, man. Everybody fucking bitches about new shit now.
Of course.
Remember before the sequel trilogy came out, everybody hated the prequels. They were the worst fucking movies ever made, and then the sequels came out, and they were like, they did so good with the prequels, why did they fuck up these sequels? And then in 10 years from now, the sequels will be the best movies.
Well, see, I always liked Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
I don't even remember 2 and 3. But I've always loved the Phantom Menace.
2 and 3 are good, nostalgia. But they're not my favorites. But, like, I mean, they're good movies.
I mean, Phantom Menace is probably my favorite Star Wars movie, and people would probably shit their pants if they heard that. But
people get mad at me because my fucking favorite Star Wars movie now is Force Awakens. The Force Awakens...
It wasn't bad.
The Force Awakens is what A New Hope would have been if it was made with today's technology.
And I enjoyed Force Awakens. It didn't jump out to me as something amazing.
I love it.
But it was a good movie, though.
And Kylo Ren is my favorite Star Wars character because he is an amazing bad guy. He's insanely powerful, but he's a spoiled brat. He has a short temper. He's basically a fucking emo kid who didn't get his way. Like, it's fucking amazing. Well, like, that scene where Rey got away, and he just takes his lightsaber out and just starts bashing the computer screens and cutting all the shit up. Like, that's fucking amazing to me. I love that. He's like, he just can't control his fucking emotions. And I love it.
I think he definitely looks cool. And he's got everything that you just said, but I still think that the depth of Darth Vader makes him a superior villain. But in a way, they're similar. You know what I mean?
But Vader is very calm and collected, whereas like Anakin was more like Kylo. He was angry. He let his emotions blind him, and that's the whole point of like becoming the bad guy. And like. The one thing I hate, and you're gonna agree with me, I wish he hadn't taken his helmet off so soon. Because he was this cool, mysterious motherfucker, and then like not even halfway through the movie, it's like takes his helmet off, and it's just Adam Driver.
And the thing is it took 3 movies for Vader to remove his helmet, and it was during one of the last scenes in the last movie, and it was impactful.
Yep. Because it was basically like, take my helmet off, let me look at the face of my child after I just helped save his life.
Yeah.
Before I die. Yeah.
And that is so much more impactful than like, I'm just going to pop my helmet off real quick.
Yeah.
All right, here's my face. I'm this actor. I am marketable.
I farted in this suit and it stinks really bad. I got to get this helmet off.
That's like, I gave up on Halo, bro. I watched the first episode when he took his helmet off and like at the end of the first or second episode?
The first episode, I think.
I was just like, nope.
Dude, it did get really good towards the end. Like, the war sequences and shit were really cool. But speaking of farting in suits, did you ever see that Harlan Williams movie, Rocket Man?
I never saw it. I remember specifically seeing the cover in rental stores.
You need to watch that movie. It's fucking hilarious. But there's a scene where, like, they're on like Mars or something, I think. and one of them had like a hole in their oxygen tank, so they had to tether together. And then he like starts farting, and the farts are going through the tether into the other guy's suit. And then they show like a pan out of them coming by. You see Harlan Williams' suit's just like blown up like a marshmallow man because he's just been farting in and expanding it out. Oh, dude, that movie's so damn funny.
My God. So, anyways, what's your song of the week, my good sir?
So, speaking of the GOAT, Snoop Dogg, I picked "Drop It Like It's Hot" as my song of the week. Because that one line he says in it,
I got a blue flag hanging out the backside, only on the left side. Yeah, that's the crib side.
No, not that one.
That one?
No.
Oh.
When he's like, eligible bachelor, $1 million boat, that's whiter than what's spilling down your throat. I was like, oh shit, he's talking about nutting in some girl's mouth. And like, that shit just always fucking stuck with me.
Isn't that one of Pharrell's lines in the song?
I think so, yeah.
Whiter than that spilling down though. I like that.
Yeah, dude, that song's fucking great, though. But what about you?
So my song of the week is a song I heard for the first time this week. So
what weird song are you going to make Brian have to try to hunt down on Spotify to add to our weekly list?
No, it's on Spotify. It was sent to me from a Spotify link. It's by a band called Dreamers, and the song's called Misfits T-Shirt.
Okay.
And it's basically just talking about how he was out and he met this girl who was wearing a Misfits t-shirt, and he fell in love with the girl in the Misfits t-shirt.
Nice.
And it's a catchy ass song. It's like a pop, not pop. Yeah, it's like punk with a little bit of pop added in, like, but not like Offspring pop punk. This is more like if punk rock met like the kind of stuff that I make.
Yeah.
You know, it's a good song. I actually think that you would enjoy it. And I don't say that about many of the songs that I put as my thing, but
could you read that?
Yeah, I can read that.
With Thanos
what do you
pulling
mean,
off.
you people?
I'm tired of you people, and pulls off Iron Man's helmet, and it's Robert Downey Jr. from Tropic Thunder. What do you mean, you people? Dude, I watched an interview with him the other day. I forget who was interviewing him, but it was a black guy. He was like, could you do Tropic Thunder today? And Robert Downey Jr. was like, well, I mean, you could do Tropic Thunder today. He's like, the funny part is when I got the script, I loved it, but like, I didn't know if it was cool or not. And so like, of course my mom was like, Bobby, I wouldn't do it. I don't think it's a good idea. He's like, so I ran it past all my black friends and they were like, yo, that shit's funny as hell. You should do it. He's like, and it's funny because I did it. I got to be black for a month and everybody got mad at Paul, which was the director. He's like, nobody got mad at me. They all got mad at Paul. So it worked out.
Tremendous. Dude, that whole movie is fucking ridiculous. I love it though. I remember I didn't realize that Tom Cruise was Tom Cruise in that movie until like the credits.
Yeah.
And I was like, really? It was one of my favorite lines though in that movie is from Tom Cruise. He's like, okay, listen, calm down. I'm going to need you to take 2 steps back and literally fuck your own face.
Yeah.
Tremendous. So let's roll into some questions, shall we, my good sir?
Yes, let's do.
So the first one comes in from Hefe, old Jeff himself. And if you want to hear Jeff's voice and see what he sounds like, listen to this week's episode of the Steam Machine podcast. He guested with us for some American Truck Simulator. But his first question...
He needs a guest on this show.
...of the day is, what famous people share your birthday?
You want to go first or you want me to go first?
Sure, I'll go first.
Okay.
So some of the people that I have pulled up here, Grigory Rasputin, January 31st, 1869. January 21st, 1869. Jesus. I was reading a 30 and it made me say 30. Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon. January 21st, 1963. Somebody named Boo Boo Stewart.
Boo Boo.
Gina Davis.
Nice.
Jack Nicklaus, the golfer. Sushant Singh Rajput, Paul Allen, Benny Hill. That's pretty cool. Benny Hill.
Benny Hill's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool, dude. Somebody named Luke Grimes. Stonewall Jackson.
Nice.
Fucking Confederate commander. The fuck?
Been cooler if it was Rampage Jackson.
Yeah, right. Billy Ocean. Wolfman Jack. And let's see, is there anybody else on here that jumps out? Jam Master J. And let's look for one more worthy one. If there even is one. Here we go. Charles V of France.
There you go. So for me, some of my notable birthday buddies: Camila Cabello, the pop singer from Cuba; Kyrie Irving, the basketball player; Jessica Biel, she's hot.
Nice.
She's 4 years older than me. Exactly 4 years older than me. So she is 40 right now and looks great. Alexander Graham Bell, inventor of the telephone and co-founder of American Telephone and Telegraph Company, or AT&T. He's 139 years older than me. Exactly. But he's dead, so one for Jezza. Julie Bowen, who is the mother on Modern Family, she's 52 and she's still gorgeous. Jason Tatum, professional basketball player. Jean Harlow, American actress who was a leading sex symbol in the early 1930s. She doesn't look sexy in this picture. She looks like a grandma, and she's probably like 20. So, Shraddha Kapoor, actress from Mumbai. Natalie Kelly, who's an actress. Catherine Waterston, who's an actress. She was in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them and Alien Covenant.
Hell yeah.
Who else is interesting on this list? George Cantor, who was a mathematician from St. Petersburg of the Russian Empire in the 1800s. Jackie Joyner Kersey, that's a name I know. My favorite of all, born 1882 in Lugo, Italy, Charles Ponzi. Charles Ponzi was an Italian con artist and swindler who operated in Canada and the U.S. He is best remembered for his money-making scheme in which he paid his earlier investors using the money given to him by later investors. Although this type of swindling investment scheme existed before Ponzi's time, it came to be known as a Ponzi scheme. So I share a birthday with the inventor of the Ponzi scheme, or the coiner of the Ponzi scheme.
Well, damn.
David Faustino.
Bud
Bundy.
All right.
Michael Thomas, who was a receiver for the New Orleans Saints. I feel like Herschel Walker. He was a football player, pretty big one.
Herschel, like the motherfucker that's in the government right now?
I think so, yeah, Herschel Walker.
Bro, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. What a dumb motherfucker. If it's the same dude. If not, then I apologize, Herschel Walker. But if it's...
Probably. Is he in Georgia?
I think he's like running... Hold on, let me Google it real quick.
Google it, because it's probably the same person.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah. Dude, he spent his life getting concussions. Shit. He spent his life getting concussions. He knows brain don't work.
Yeah, well, they shouldn't let that brain don't work ass motherfucker run for fucking Senate.
Yeah, true. I agree.
Are you fucking kidding me? Like, he comes out and says like some wild shit that's just like super crazy
That's what happens when you let celebrities become politicians based purely on their fucking celebrity factor.
I agree.
Look at fucking Jesse Ventura, fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger as the governor, fucking Donald Trump, biggest one. Reagan. Dude, I share a birthday with Perry Ellis, the fashion designer. He died the year I was born.
So, let's move on from that.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else good on this list.
If our dogs met, do you think that they would be friends or would they hate each other? And that comes from Jeff.
So, Gus loves everybody and everything. He doesn't have a mean bone in his body. But I think Daisy would hate Gus. Because Daisy seems pretty chill, and Gus is very, very, very fucking energetic.
Daisy does not seem to like other dogs much. Daisy doesn't seem to like anything other than humans.
Gus does not understand the concept of personal space either, so I don't think Daisy would like Gus very much.
He'd be all up in her shit. She'd be like...
sniffing in her asshole and all that shit.
Like father, like son.
Yeah.
On a planet in a solar system and a galaxy 4 billion light years away, is it possible that anyone there has bested my high score in Sonic Frontiers? And that comes from, who the fuck is Larry?
Larry is a guy I used to work with. Pretty cool guy.
Oh, okay.
And probably Nate.
I was going to say, it's probably this solar system.
Yeah.
And it's not that far away. And it's probably Nate.
Yeah. It's somewhere out in, Tennessee?
I believe so.
Yeah. It's Nate. Because Nate, I saw somebody, who was it that shared a meme in I think it was in the Steam Machine page on Discord, where it was like, this is the feature Nate wants in the next Sonic game. And it was like, you can kiss Sonic.
Yeah. Yeah, Nate loves Sonic.
Yeah.
Loves
Every time I see something like at a store that's Sonic, I'm like, ooh, Nate would like this. I don't think he posted it in the Discord. I sent him a Sonic Frontier Steel book to put on his shelf, and he loved it.
Oh, I don't know if he posted it in the Discord, but he definitely posted it in our host chat, and he was super ecstatic about it.
They gave me one at GameStop, and I was like, can I have two? She was like, sure, why not? I was like, I know exactly who's going to get this.
Hell yeah. So this next question, I'm going to go ahead and say we've answered this one before, so I'm going to say see older episodes, but I'm going to go ahead and, unless you want to go ahead and answer it again.
We can answer it.
All right. Christmas is coming up. What's the best and worst presents you've ever gotten? And that comes from Santos.
I'm assuming this is referring just to Christmas presents, not like birthday or whatever else.
I assume so.
The best Christmas present, probably either my 3D printer that I got or my NES I got when I was 4. Or my uncle gave us an N64 one year. That was fucking amazing. I loved every second of that. The worst one I've got, I'm actually going to grab one out of the closet.
Belly, 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 belly. Belly, belly, belly.
So it's not that it's a bad gift, but this shirt right here, my mom has given me this same shirt like 4 Christmases in a row, not realizing she gave it to me the previous Christmas. So yeah, like I have 2 of them in my closet. 2 of them have been returned in exchange for other shirts because she just sees it at like Kohl's or somewhere and it's like, oh, Jeremy likes video games, he'll like that, and
Bro,
she buys
that's
it.
No, you should have 5 of them and wear one every day. And just be the Nintendo shirt guy.
Yeah.
Come on now.
It's funny though. Like last year, I think Jen just started bursting out laughing. My mom was like, "What?" She's like, "He's got that same shirt already." I was like, "Actually, I have like 2 of them already." She was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." I was like, "It's okay." So, what about you?
So I think my favorite gift I ever got for Christmas was probably my PlayStation 2. Because of the story that goes along with it. It was one of those times where I was sitting there and my parents had gotten me like a couple DVDs and a couple like other things. And then they had gotten me a PS2 and there were some PS2 games wrapped up.
Yeah.
And I think it was the night before Christmas or it might have been like on Christmas morning. But I want to say it had to have been one of the 2, obviously. But my dad was like, yeah, go ahead and open up. He just grabbed one of the smaller ones and opened one of the smaller ones.
Yeah.
So I grabbed one of the things and he like went over there and grabbed one and just handed it to me. And I opened it up and it's a PlayStation 2 game.
Nice.
And I was like, well, this is a PS2 game. We don't have a PS2. And my dad was like, oh. And he said in his head, he went, oh, shit.
Yep.
I was trying to make it a bigger surprise and save that for the end.
Yeah.
And then he just went, why don't you check that box right over there? And sure enough, there was a PlayStation 2 in it, so that was really cool.
Now, what he should have done was let you continue opening PS2 games and memory cards and shit, and just be more and more befuddled until you finally worked it out in your little kid brain that you were getting a PS2, and then you got super excited. You're like, oh my god, which one of these boxes looks PS2 shaped?
In retrospect, I feel bad. I used to go and try to wake those motherfuckers up at like 5:30 in the morning.
See, I don't think I was ever that kid. Maybe when I was really young, but like whenever I was probably 11, 12 and up, motherfucker, I like sleeping. I don't like getting up in the mornings. They would have to come wake me up and be like, it's Christmas, you need to get up. I'm like, the presents will be there at noon.
Eventually, I got to that age as well. Yeah. But man, in the early years, I was like,
I'm sure when I was a little kid, I was probably like, Santa, bro, let's fucking go.
Yeah, running the Santa came.
Yeah, let's go.
And they would tell me, the presents will still be there in a few hours, Dalton. Go lay back down.
It's 4:30 I'm going to go watch TV. We just lay down.
I'm going to go watch cartoons.
Yeah.
And then I'd go and I'd sit and watch cartoons until they were up and, yeah. As far as the worst gift, man,
I hate to say worst gift because I'm always appreciative of anything somebody gives me, like regardless.
Yeah, because I remember being disappointed in a gift, but I think it was a birthday gift and not a Christmas gift. But my birthday's so close to Christmas that I'll go ahead and just count it as the same thing. So this little Arctic Air thing that I have next to me, it's like a little desktop AC that you put water in it and it cools you off. My parents had gotten me one of those. They gave it to me early because my room was always so fucking hot with the computer running and all this other stuff. So they gave it to me early. Well, on Christmas or my birthday or whatever it was, finally came. I had a box, and it was a big box. It was a box big enough to have like a PS4 Pro or a PS5 in it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I was super stoked because I was like, man, me and Dad have been talking about PS5, man. We finally fucking got one. And I opened the box up, and it's another Arctic Air. They had bought 2 to give to me, but they gave me one early and then wrapped the other one. But my mom put it in a bigger box so I wouldn't immediately know what it was. And I felt really bad.
Yeah.
Because I did not hide my disappointment well. And my mom asked me later, she's like, so you're disappointed in your birthday, huh? And I was just like, oh. It was one of the biggest stabs I've ever had to my heart because I knew that she was sad, that I was disappointed. And it makes me want to cry right now, actually thinking that, man, that I made my mom sad. It's like, I love that lady so fucking much.
Yeah, I was a moody ass kid. So like, I think back to how difficult I made my mom's life as a teenager. It makes me sad.
Yeah. Yeah, I can relate to that, dude. So yeah, there you go, Santos. So this next one's from Jeff. How do you feel about a Winnie the Pooh horror movie?
I think it's fucking dumb, but I'm so fucking here for it. I'm gonna go watch that shit when it comes out. Because it's gonna be a fucking slasher flick. It's supposed to be stupid.
I knew that the minute that the original Winnie the Pooh went into public domain, that this was going to happen. Now, they have to tread lightly because the Winnie the Pooh in the red t-shirt, owned by Disney.
Yep.
The Winnie the Pooh that's naked is now public domain.
Yep.
But you know what? I'll watch it. I'll lay in bed with Megan and I'll get stoned and she can, just laugh at me or whatever. But then we can watch it'd be great. I'd watch it. Fuck it.
Are you going to watch
Cocaine Bear?
Not Cocaine Bear. The mean one.
Oh.
The Grinch slasher flick that comes out Friday.
I didn't know there was one.
Yeah, there's a Grinch slasher flick called The Mean One. Or A Mean One, I think.
He's a mean one.
Yeah.
Mr. Grinch.
I'm fucking here for that stupid shit. Like, me and a couple of friends are talking about going Friday night and watching it in theaters. Like, I'm fucking here for it. That shit looks ridiculous, and I'm going to enjoy every second of it.
Oh, yeah. So, what is your favorite video game OST? Not a compilation soundtrack like you would get in Madden, Need for Speed, Tony Hawk, those types of games.
I don't know. It's tough for me. I want to say Death Stranding, but I feel like that's kind of a compilation because it is like real artists, music, singing and shit. I feel like this is more like what's your favorite score of a video game versus like actual.
Maybe because no, I mean it was the game music in Death Stranding written for Death Stranding? I
don't know. I don't think so.
Okay, because if it's music with vocals and stuff, but it was written for the games, then it absolutely counts as the original soundtrack. So.
Okay.
Because like Yakuza, some of those had lyrics in them, but those are Yakuza. They were written for Yakuza.
But like Low Roar did a lot of songs for Death Stranding, but I don't know if they were for Death Stranding or if they were Low Roar songs that got put into Death Stranding. I don't really have like a game soundtrack that I love, but it's like songs like Don't Be So Serious by Low Roar that's at the beginning of Death Stranding. The Bear McCreary song that plays at the end of God of War Ragnarok is great.
That Last of Us stuff that you always send me.
Yeah. That's my choice. The soundtrack for The Last of Us Part 2. That'll be mine. Because like those songs were like there's a Wham cover, but it's like Ellie's voice actress like playing and singing the song. Like Joel and Ellie's voice actors sing the songs on that album. So yeah, that'll be mine.
Speaking of Wham. Gotcha. I'm not really going to play it.
Yeah.
I want people to think that I'm going to hit him with the Wham again, but I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I feel like that's a dick move in Wham again.
Yeah. We got asked to explain that from Adam.
Yes. So,
Adam, over here there's a game we play called Whamageddon.
Yes.
And it's every December, from December 1st to the end of until Christmas.
Till Christmas, the 25th.
25th. If you hear Wham's Last Christmas, And I think it doesn't count if I sing some of it. So
yeah, no, it has to be the original
last
version.
Christmas, I gave you my heart.
And the very next day, you sucked on my cock.
So
I like my version better.
I always say, last Christmas, I gave you my cock. Yeah. The very next day. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's I gave you my dick. The very next day, I woke up sick.
I always think of that. I just say it that way. It's like the very next day you suck on my cock. Because I think about that Tenacious D song where he's like talking about dating a 49-year-old lady. He's like taking her to the dentist. He's like, I pay for it and she suck on my cock. My 49-year-old lady. I love that fucking song.
So I have a couple choices for original soundtrack because that's hard for me to narrow it down being a musician, right? So I'm going to go any of the Persona games, any of them. All of them have banger soundtracks. I could say any of the Ys games. I'm going to give a special shout out to Ys 8 because that soundtrack just goes fucking hard. But like if I had to choose one, it's going to be Persona 5, obviously. But I do want to also give a shout to Yakuza 0.
Yeah.
Great fucking soundtrack. So any of those I would recommend if you want to go listen to them. Depending on what kind of music you're looking for. Ys is going to be like very upbeat, adventure driven, like metal. No vocals, just good rock riffs and stuff. It's really good stuff. Persona's like if you're into like if you want to hear some like jazzy type stuff, go Persona 5. And if you just want to hear some rock music with some electronica, check out Yakuza 0. So the next one. Fuck, marry, kill. Milk chocolate, dark chocolate, white chocolate.
I'm not a huge chocolate person, but I will say like probably fuck white chocolate, marry milk chocolate, kill dark chocolate.
Okay. I'm going to marry dark chocolate. And then the next one's a hard choice for me, but there are more things that I like that have milk chocolate. So I'm going to fuck milk chocolate and I'm going to kill white chocolate. Fuck, marry, kill Friends edition. Rachel, Monica, Phoebe. Now, this is based on their characters.
Yes. I'm going to fuck Phoebe because I feel like she's going to be really fucking freaky. She's kind of weird, and weird chicks usually got something in reserves there for you. Probably going to marry Rachel and kill Monica because Monica's kind of like, I'm trying to think of the right word.
Bitchy?
Kind of, but not really. Like, she's kind of chaotic. High strung and chaotic, yeah. So,
I'm also going to fuck Phoebe for pretty much the same reasons.
You know she's going to do some crazy ass. She's going to play your dick like a flute or something. Like, she's going to do some crazy shit for you.
I'm going to marry Monica because as high strung as she is, she's far more level headed than Rachel.
True.
And Rachel, if you remember from her beginnings on the show, was a spoiled rich kid brat.
True.
And I don't know if I can handle one of them.
Maybe I can get some of that spoiled rich kid money though.
She couldn't. How could you?
Because her dad will like me.
Maybe. You're not George Clooney.
It doesn't matter.
So, what was a movie or TV show that you saw? Oh, and both those fuck, marry, kills came in from Jeff, by the way. What was a movie or TV show that you saw when you were young that looking back you go, man, I was way too young to be watching this? For this person, which is Kana, it was the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and Kana thinks that they were about 7 or 8, and they loved it.
I'm going to say Ren and Stimpy. There was some fucking grown-up shit in Ren and Stimpy that we probably should not have been watching, but it was a cartoon, and we grew up in that golden age where, like, parents said, oh, it's a cartoon, it must be for kids.
The tame but equally wild version of that show was Cow and Chicken. Do you remember Cow and Chicken?
Yep.
With the devil and his big red ass?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
But, so movies, I got 2. TV shows, I think I'm going to go, I can agree with Ren and Stimpy, but I'm also going to go Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah. I watched it. I wasn't supposed to, but I watched it. And South Park. I watched those.
I was going to say, I started watching South Park pretty early, too, when I wasn't supposed to.
I remember having South Park t-shirts in middle school, and that's way too young to be watching South Park.
I used to have these South Park boxers that I would wear, and then I had these white corduroy pants that if I wore my South Park boxers, you could see the South Park characters through my pants.
Nice.
I wore it at church one time. It didn't go over well. But movies, I got 2, like I said. RoboCop, which I saw way too young.
Yeah.
because I was like, why is he putting sugar on that lady's titties? In Lake Placid. And I'll even throw Anaconda in there.
Yeah, I remember watching Anaconda as like a teen. I think that was people my age. A lot of people my age, Anaconda was their first R-rated movie.
Yeah.
So, but like I remember watching like Child's Play as a kid and stuff like that. But the thing about it is, you watch it.
I got one more.
You watch it on like USA or something like that, so it was edited to hell. Like you watch it on cable, so a lot of the bad shit was cut out.
I think I've told this story before. If I have, I apologize. I'm going to tell it again because it was traumatic for me as a child. I was like 6, maybe 7. Goddamn, I apologize for all the throat clearing. My throat, once the season's over, I should be all right. I was about 6 or 7. I was at my grandparents' house. Went to hang out with the neighbor kid.
Yeah, you told the story.
Yeah, and his name was Gage, and we watched Pet Sematary. Yeah. And then he stalked me around the house after the movie, holding a knife. Yeah. And that kid, like thinking back, that kid did a lot of shit to me in different situations. That's probably part of the reason I'm so fucked up.
Yeah, that kid was a psychopath, is what you're saying.
That, and I think so. You know how they say that like most fetishes come from trauma?
Yeah.
Okay. Megan, if you're listening, don't feel some type of way about this. But like, so I think that my foot fetish comes from the fact that like I have this vivid memory of being young and me and him had gotten into a fight about something and he beat me up. And while I was laying on the ground, he like shoved his foot into my mouth all the way down my throat until it made me throw up. And then punched me in the face while I was throwing up.
Jesus Christ.
So I almost wonder like if that's part of the weird shit that my brain then turned into something.
I wonder if that kid killed small animals for fun.
I don't know. I'm friends with him on Facebook.
He sounds like the good son.
But yeah, so definitely Pet Sematary. Saw that way too fucking early.
Yeah.
Stephen King is not for children.
No.
All right, so if you could learn any skill instantly, like Neo learning to fight in the Matrix, what would you instantly master? And that comes in from Dane.
I've always said that way of instantly learning shit is like one sci-fi thing I wish they would make in real life. You're like, I want to learn how to play piano. You just plug your brain in. It's like, okay, I know how to perfectly play piano now. But yeah, like, if I could learn one thing, somebody in the Discord said languages, and I would agree with that. If I could just instantly learn every language and be fluent in it, that'd be really cool.
I also agree with that.
What else?
I'm gonna go guitar.
I was going to say some instrument.
But also editing. Like, I would like to immediately know everything about production and editing for music so I could just do it all myself and start releasing some banger shit. You know what I mean?
I would say something like karate or kung fu or something, but the problem is nowadays you just be like Bruce Lee level fucking kung fu karate master or whatever, and before you even get to use it, that motherfucker's going to pull a gun out and shoot you.
And shoot you because nobody fights like men anymore. They all just shoot one another.
Yep.
Put your dukes up. Handle your shit.
I don't know. I'd say
I'm still going languages. Like I think that would be the
languages. I feel like would be the best. Other than that, maybe like
programming,
a sport, or programming would be cool. Being able to like draw, just be able to like, master Illustrator or something.
But imagine the money you could make. Like if you were a master programmer, you could work for anyone who needed programming done and you would know how to do it. You would be one of the most sought after people in the world.
But imagine if you learn like to be the best golfer ever and then you could just play golf and make millions of dollars.
I guess, yeah.
But I feel like being a programmer would still be more stressful than just being the best professional golfer.
I'm sure. But I mean, I like computers, so I would like to work with computers. Golf's cool. I'd play golf, but I mean, there's probably going to be, I don't know.
I'm just saying, I
guess that'd be all right.
Yeah, if I'm going to learn a skill to make money, I want it to be like something that's going to be easy to do.
You fucking be the world's best
bowler,
train operator.
I always thought being a really good bowler would be cool. Like, it's a real, like, white person flex. Yeah, I got 289 average, yeah.
Walter, if you don't come pick me up, I'm quitting the fucking bowling team.
Like that's such a fucking white person flex. Like just telling your bowling handicap.
Who is your favorite voice actor from Jeff?
Can you guess? One of my favorites.
I'm going to go ahead and guess it's Christopher Judge.
Fucking love him. But on top of that, one of my all-time favorites would probably have to be the man himself, Mark Hamill. He is just fucking iconic in the world of voice acting.
Yeah, no, I'll give you that. Mark Hamill's been in a lot of shit.
Mark Hamill...
to the point that the first Yakuza game that came out on PS2 over here back in the day, Mark Hamill was the voice of Majima.
Yeah.
Majima. What?
Kiryu-chan!
Kiryu-chan!
Billy West, he voiced like everybody that you listen to watching TV as a kid. Like, have you ever looked up Billy West?
I've heard the name. I know he's been in a bunch of shit.
There's another guy, and I can't remember his name offhand.
There's like Nolan North. He's not one of my favorites, but he's done a ton of fucking shit.
That might be who I'm thinking of. Billy West. Let's see.
I have one answer for this.
Go for it.
David Hayter.
I don't know. Patrick Warburton.
David Hayter.
Putty.
Is the man.
Putty.
Yeah, I know. Putty. And also Kronk. And the Tick. And Joe.
Like, look at all these people that Billy West has voice acted.
Oh, yeah, I know, dude. Like, he was like Nickelodeon's main squeeze there for a long time.
Oh, yeah. But there's another guy. I hate to say it because it sounds fucked up. A black guy that...
Phil Lamar?
Yes, Phil Lamar.
The guy from Mad TV?
Yes, that dude's epic. John DiMaggio is an epic voice actor.
Oh, yeah, Bender? Yeah.
Yeah. He did...
bite my shiny metal ass.
Did you ever watch Chowder?
I know of it. I didn't watch it, but I know of it.
So, do you know the character that always ran around? All he said was just rabble, 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 rabble.
No, I think of South Park when I hear that.
That was John DiMaggio. So, yeah. As much as he's kind of a dick, I do really like Troy Baker, too. He's voiced a lot of shit.
He's the other one up there with Nolan North that I always hear in video games.
Yeah.
It's like it's either one or the other.
He was the one that pulled that NFT bullshit where it's like, if you don't like NFTs just because you don't understand it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
It's like the Diablo people being like, well, you guys don't have phones?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter,
we do.
bro.
We use them to watch TikTok videos while we shit. Like, we're not going to play Diablo while we shit.
Nah, man, I like to play an idle game while I poop, not Diablo. I don't need to. I want to play Diablo on my computer. Thank you. Give me Diablo 4. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about the trailer for the new Mario movie coming out? And that comes in from Nate.
That trailer gave me a boner. Like, that movie looks so fucking good. The only thing that people are like really, really shitting on is Chris Pratt as Mario. He's doing a serviceable job, I would say. Like, it's not going to be mind blowing. He's not going to win any fucking voice actor awards for it. He sounds like a non-Italian guy trying to do an Italian accent. It's very obvious.
It sounds a little off to me. I did get a smile at the end when he did the woohoo.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Like, if you listen to it, it's very obviously a non-Italian guy trying to do an Italian accent. But, like, Charlie Day's Luigi, fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Keegan-Michael Key's Toad, fucking beautiful. What's her name's Peach, amazing. Jack Black as Bowser is everything I've ever wanted.
The original guy who does the Mario voice, people are like, why didn't they get him? And it's like, do you want a whole 2 hours straight of somebody talking like this? It's me, Mario. Oh, let's go to the Mushroom Kingdom. Bro, that would irk you. It would be
like if they had the original voice actor for Toad do Toad in the movie. Yeah, nobody wants to listen to that. But, like, apparently, and this may be wrong, I read it somewhere, they went to Charles Martinet about doing Mario and he turned it down. I don't know if that's true. Somebody wants to look it up and verify it for me. I don't feel like it, but that's what I heard. He is in the movie in some level though. So, because I've seen his name in like the credits in the trailers, so he's doing something in the movie. So it'll be interesting to see what he actually does. But I think the movie's going to be great. I think it's going to be really good.
I'm wondering how the fuck they worked in Mario Kart.
That's if I had one criticism of it, it would be I feel like they're trying to do too much with like the Smash Brothers shit and the Mario Kart shit. Like if it's organic to the story, okay. But like how are you going to make them riding go-karts organic in this story? Because like my understanding is Bowser is destroying kingdoms trying to find stars to give him infinite power, and Mario is supposed to stop him. So at what point are they going to stop and go fucking have a day of riding go-karts?
Right. This isn't a slice of life anime.
Now, if that's like some funny shit they do like post credits, brilliant. Fucking love it. But if they just fucking wedge it into the story because they're like, kids love Mario Kart, let's put it in the Mario movie. No, go fuck yourself.
It could be maybe how they celebrate. Maybe. That could be how the movie ends, is them riding off on the Rainbow Bridge.
Yeah, if they do that, that's
Rainbow
that's
Road,
awesome.
I mean.
Yeah, but don't fucking shoehorn it in just because. Like the Smash Brothers shit with Donkey Kong. I just don't think it's necessary, but I don't know. We'll see.
So the next question comes in from our buddy Adam down in Australia. And he wants to know, what's your favorite Silent Hill? And what's your favorite Resident Evil?
Don't scratch me off the friends list, Adam. Don't think I've ever played either of the franchises in any reasonable amount to justify saying, like, I played this game. I killed Dalton with that information. No more Yabs, Fox.
I'm surprised that you didn't play some of the newer Resident Evils because of how good they look.
I've considered it, but I'm just not a huge, like, horror game person. They're just not super duper fun to me. So.
Understandable. So my experience with Silent Hill is very limited. It was Silent Hill 2, and I rented it back in the day, and I really liked it.
Now I may play the Silent Hill remake, Silent Hill 2 remake that's coming out. I might play that. But like as far as like going back to a PS1 game, I'm just not going to be able to do that right now.
And then my favorite Resident Evil
5.
It's up in the air now because I really enjoyed Resident Evil 7, but I really enjoyed Resident Evil 3 back in the day with Nemesis. I thought Nemesis was the coolest shit when I was younger.
I think his character designs are really cool.
Yeah. So this next one comes in from Brian. Would you rather fuck a little person or a giant person?
So I've thought about this since this question got posted, and I'm 6'4", 265. Fuck a little person all day because, and this is my logic behind it, I feel like a little person still has a regular vagina because like little people are proportionate torso wise. It's just their extremities are shorter. So they still have a regular person vagina, whereas a giant woman is probably going to have a larger vagina. And she's going to think my penis is even smaller.
So what you're saying is you got a little dick. Yeah.
Yeah. Get a little person, she can fucking pole dance on it for me.
I'm going to go little person as well, but for a different reason. And it's just because like I could just pick them up and do whatever I wanted.
Yeah, that too.
Maneuverability.
But did you consider the giant would possibly let you fuck her in the ass?
Why wouldn't a small person let me fuck her in the ass?
Because you're the one that's like, they don't want me to do it because I got such a big dick. So maybe the giant lady will let you fuck her in the ass.
The trick is to find a girl who's just cool with it, right?
Yeah.
And then you can just fuck a butt whenever you want.
Yeah. But I'm just saying the giant chick would probably be more accommodating than the little chick.
You never know, man. The little girl might be like, put it in my booty hole. And I'll be like, all right.
All right. All right. No, yeah.
What was what's the car did he do? Was it Lexus?
Lincoln.
Lincoln? Hey, I was having sex with this little person in the back of my Lincoln Continental, and the doors were locked, and I knew we were safe because we were in a Lincoln. I love that Matthew McConaughey, how he just kind of talks out of the side of his mouth, and he's just got a little bit of slur on there, you know?
Yeah. Do you know he doesn't wear deodorant?
Really?
Yeah. I think he does too many like physical roles to not wear deodorant. But
I had a buddy of mine who told me he quit wearing deodorant because he said that he thinks deodorant is what makes our armpits stink, because after like 2 weeks of not wearing it, the scent just goes away. And I was like, nah, dog, you just become nose blind to it.
You just become used to
it. You smell like onions to the rest of us. Put on some fucking deodorant.
Yeah.
It's like, if you were put into a castaway / stranded deep situation, how long do you think that you would last? And that comes from Jeff.
Not very long at all. How long does it take to starve to death?
How many coconuts are on this island?
Yeah.
Because I don't foresee myself like catching any creature by hand. I mean, I might be able to fashion a spear and stab a fish.
That's really hard though because of refraction and shit.
Yeah.
Like they're not where you see them. You have to aim where they're at, not where you see them at. And
yeah, they're like behind or in front of wherever you think they are. And yeah. So no, I'm not saying it would be easy, but I'm saying I might be able to do that.
Yeah.
But I'd probably just be looking for coconuts and bananas.
Yeah. Maybe find
and then I might have to like
wild onions
fight
or carrots or some shit. Yeah.
Yeah, like in Holes, and they just find the wild sweet onions and start eating them like apples.
Yeah.
Throwback. Shout out to Holes. Shia LaBeouf.
Good ass movie.
And that other kid.
Yeah, that other kid, Zero.
Yeah, Zero. So Andy Caps hot fries or flaming hot Cheetos. And that comes from Fenn.
Neither. I don't like
Fenris.
either of those things.
Oh man, Andy Caps hot fries all day.
I don't like either of those things.
Hot fries are the bomb. They're so good. Flaming hot Cheetos are decent. I'm not hating on them, but I just like if I had the choice, I'm grabbing the Andy Caps all day. What is a staple that has always been and will always be in your pantry /and/or fridge? From Fenris.
Pasta stuff? More so Parmesan cheese, grated Parmesan cheese. Fucking love that shit. I put that shit on everything. So yeah, pasta noodles, ragu traditional old world style sauce, and grated Parmesan. If it's not in my pantry, it's because I ate it all and I'm going to the grocery store to buy more.
Yeah. So for me, I'm going peanut butter, Campbell's tomato bisque, honey, and there's always, like, if the fridge runs out, we always have a jar of mustard and a jar of mayonnaise, like, up, ready to be put into the fridge at any time. So, like, condiments. We always have condiments. And there's almost always hamburger meat in my freezer. Always. All right.
Do you put it in a Ziploc bag and roll it out flat so you can store it easier in the freezer?
The hamburger meat?
Yeah. I was going to say you put it in a freezer bag. I know some people like put it in there, flatten it, and then take like a fork or something and like put indentions in it, like make 4 squares so that way you can take it out and just snap off like a fourth of it and use it.
No, I don't really do that. Like what I do is I freeze it and then I'll just take it out and put it in the fridge the night before I'm going to cook it the next day. Yeah. And then by the next day it's good to go.
But yeah, no, I was like, because we would always just put the lump in the bag and put it in the freezer. Like, oh no, roll it out and then it's flat and it takes up less space. And it thaws quicker.
Way quicker.
Yeah.
Way quicker than those big old brain looking packages.
You ever had those where like it looks done, like thawed, and then it's just like a block of ice in the middle of it? A block of ice.
You gotta make a fucking patty and you're having to just scrape the meat that's thawed off.
I always use it for like hamburger helper shit, so I just put it in the pot like that and let the heat from the pot just melt that block of meat ice.
The meat ice.
You just put that meat ice in your drink.
The fucking death metal band. Meat ice.
Meat ice.
So what's your favorite dinosaur? That comes from Kana.
So Pachycephalosaurus, the hard-headed motherfucker.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorites. Stegosaurus is like my traditional like superstar dinosaur favorite, Stegosaurus. And what's it called? Is it like Styracomimus or something? The one that's like, it looks like a Triceratops, but it doesn't have the 2 horns. It has like a big frill.
Yeah. Yeah, those things are awesome.
Yeah, I like those.
I'm going to struggle with some of the names of mine. So I'm a basic bitch. I love velociraptors, first and foremost. I also love... I don't remember if they're...
Well, here's the thing, because
they used to,
the raptors from Jurassic Park are not velociraptors. They're not really even raptors, I don't think, because velociraptors...
No, I know. If raptors had feather, they were much smaller.
Yeah, they're very smaller, and they have feathers and shit. They are cool looking, though.
Yeah. And then I really liked... I don't know what they go by now. I think it used to be Brontosaurus. Now then there's also like Brachiosaurus, and then like Apatosaurus.
Yeah.
All those big long neck fuckers.
Yeah, they're all different dinosaurs, yeah.
I remember they used to call one... There was one that they had 2 different names for because they thought it was 2 different species, and then turned out it was actually the same species. So they just like picked one, I think, or whatever. But one of my favorite dinosaurs is also the one that actually absolutely scares the shit out of me the most. Yeah. If we were to run into it in real life, and that is a Spinosaurus.
Yeah, those motherfuckers are nasty.
Fuck that.
But Spinosaurus only eat fish, so just don't look like a fish.
Yeah, just don't be in the fucking water.
I can see Dalton. We're just chilling out by the lake. fucking Spinosaurus shows up. He goes to run, trips and falls like halfway into the water and just starts flopping around like a big ass fish. I'm like, no, Dalton, you're supposed to not do that.
I can't help it. I'm just a flopper.
I'm just a flopper. Oh, God, he's eating me. I'm like, good. I'll see you later. Thank you for your sacrifice.
My last words. Fuck you, Jeremy. What are your top 5 favorite movies? You said you needed questions. Here's a girthy question to add time. This really is not that girthy of a question, Jeff, because I can answer the top 5 favorites
it's harder for me
relatively quickly.
Because like top 5 favorite movies for me is like asking you what your top 5 favorite songs are. Like it's tough. Pulp Fiction's always on the list. But like for me, it's hard to say like these are my 5 favorite movies because it changes based on my mood and shit. Like right now, I want to say Fight Club is one of the top 5.
Okay, so you got Pulp Fiction, Fight Club.
American Beauty.
Yep.
What else? I'm going to name 5 movies that have at some point in time been in my top 5. Fuck, my mind is blanking. What are movies? Jaws. Jaws
okay.
be 4.
That's 4.
And I want to say Dogma, but I know that's going to be on your list. So maybe The Gladiator would be one of them. Solid movie.
I am Gladiator, king of the burning sands. Yeah.
Are you not entertained?
Dude, I saw a fucking UFC fighter say that the other day. It was Patty. Yeah. Patty the Batty. I don't know what his last name is.
Dude, he's amazing.
Hilarious.
He's the new Conor McGregor. Like, he's that fighter that everybody loves. Like,
but I feel like he doesn't talk shit like Conor McGregor.
He doesn't talk
he's
shit.
Very much like, I just want my pizza.
Yeah. He's like, he's the mouth of the UFC now. Like, he's the one talking. He's the one getting, the fans hyped up and shit. And like, he's that fighter people are watching UFC to watch. Whereas Conor McGregor is pretty much, he's like roided up now and went up like 60 pounds or some shit. But like, I think he's
old news.
I think he's grasping at straws now. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That Patty guy, he shows up in my little Facebook clips.
Oh yeah.
And I watch him and I always crack up.
Oh, yeah.
That fucking scene where he's eating the pizza and he's talking about, I need to get out of here at some point. I need to go eat this. And he's talking about some specific food. And he's like, if I don't get it, I'm going to fucking freak out and kill and beat the shit out of all of you, I promise. And he goes, what time do they close? 11. What time is it now? 11:30. Fuck!
Now I got to kill you all.
So my top 5 favorite movies. You said Dogma would probably be on there, man. It is a close between Dogma and Clerks 2.
Yeah.
But I'll go Dogma. American Beauty. It's a fantastic movie.
American Beauty should be on like the top 5 list of movies like that everyone would agree on. It should be somewhere in that top 5.
And people call that like a teenage rom, like a rom-dram or whatever. And I'm like, yeah. I don't see that movie being for teenagers, though. That movie is a
cinematic masterpiece. Like, everything about that. Like, there's nothing you should change in that movie. It's perfect as it is.
No, I agree. So, got those. Queen of the Damned.
Yeah.
So, that's 3. Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny. And now my mind's blanking, too, trying to think of a final.
Mallrats.
Like for instance, like Train Spotting is a really good movie. Yeah. But I don't know if I'd put it in my top 5 because that movie's fucking disturbing.
The Crow is a good one.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
I'll go Jurassic Park for my 5th one.
I feel like there has to be a Spielberg somewhere in the top 5. Like I had Jaws, you had Jurassic Park.
Yeah. I mean, the dude's just got the cred.
Oh yeah.
And he's got the shit to back it up with.
The fucking bangers.
Them bangers. So
no, I think if I sat down, if I wasn't a lazy cunt who only had 6 working brain cells, I sat down and took the time, I could probably make a list of like 100 movies you should watch before you die. Like, maybe we should do that. Maybe we should do like a Yabs Pod 100 movies you should watch before you die list.
And then we'll make a YouTube video out of it.
Yeah.
And become a list channel.
Yeah.
Those are so popular. We could be the American list channel. There's all the list channels are British people.
Yeah.
We need to go up in there like America usually does and take that shit over.
Take it over. Throw some tea in the harbor.
Fuck your team, mate.
So yeah, if y'all want to see a 100 movies list from Yav's Pod, let us know. Maybe we can make that happen.
I don't think you could agree with me enough to make that list happen, because I feel like I would name a movie, you'd be like, no, that's not going on the top 100. I'd be, but I like it. It doesn't matter if you like it, Dalton. There's people that think it sucks. Who fucking cares about those people? We're making a top 100 movie.
Yeah, it's like, Dalton, it got 2 stars. It has a 17% on Rotten Tomatoes. You're like, well, I liked it.
It's fucking tremendous.
Well, there's movies that I like that I don't think are for everyone. Like The Untouchables is a great movie, but it's a French movie. So a lot of people are not going to want to watch it because it's in French. But it's such a fucking heartwarming movie.
So I have a movie like that I love, but it's one of those that you got to know what you're getting into. It's called The Man from Earth.
Yeah.
And it's a movie about a dude who's been alive. Well, I don't want to spoil what it's been about, but the whole movie takes place at one location, and the majority of the movie takes place in one room.
Yeah.
The whole movie is conversation, but the dialogue is so fucking good that you don't care. You're like, you're hanging on these words. You know what I mean? Like,
did you ever watch The Florida Project?
I did not.
That movie would be on my list of like 100 movies to watch. It's so fucking good. Oh, it's heart-wrenching. Like, oh man, it's just really good.
You know what movie I watched recently at the request of Megan, and I actually, like, I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it, but at the end of it, I really did quite enjoy the movie. It hit me in the feels.
Yeah.
Was 500 Days of Summer.
That movie's fucking great with Joseph.
It's a great movie. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good man. Zoe Deschanel that's in it.
Zoe Deschanel, yep.
Fucking great movie.
Yeah.
Have you seen Little Miss Sunshine?
Long time ago. I remember renting it from Movie
really
Gallery.
Fucking good movie too. That one, I would say along those same lines. Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist is amazing.
I never watched Juno, but I know that was another one of those types of movies.
Great.
Did you ever watch Big Fish?
No, I've heard good stuff about it though.
You should watch Big Fish. If you appreciate cinema, I think that you would really enjoy that movie. Also, if you haven't seen it, The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus.
Yeah, I think I have seen that.
That's a great fucking movie. How they did that movie was super cool. Like where Heath Ledger died.
Yeah.
And then they had the other guys play him in the Imaginarium, and they all donated their money to Heath Ledger's kid. Like, it was all super cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there you go, Jeff. Some movie stuff. And yeah, get back to us.
Yeah.
So who is the best and worst fully evolved fire type starter Pokemon? That comes in from Adam.
I think we both agree on the worst.
Chimchar? No, not Chimchar. Who would you think is the worst?
Embor. The fucking
Embor from Black and White? Yeah.
Fat pig. Yeah. I'm just not a fan. Delphox, maybe close second, but I don't mind Delphox.
The best, though.
Yeah, what's the best, though? I don't think we're going to agree on that. Pulling the post back up just to...
I think my favorite's Typhlosion.
I knew you were going to say that. I would put him towards the bottom. I'm just not.
I also like Scorbunny. Like Scorbunny's final evolution.
Yeah,
was cute.
I like him. To me, it's going to be basically that left column. Either Charizard.
Would you send me something?
Infernape. No, it's in the Yazpod Show Questions Discord. Charizard, I think his name is Infernape or Incineroar. Dude, people give Incineroar shit.
I do like Incineroar too. Yeah, he's a fucking professional wrestler. I'm all about it.
I really like the Skeledirge, the one from the new games. Like he's my starter, and I kind of like him. If I had to pick a favorite though, I like Charizard, but to me, dude, like Charizard's kind of overrated now. Like he's that mascot for the games that Pikachu is for the anime. I'm gonna go Incineroar, dude. He's fucking badass wrestling cat. Like he's fucking cool. He wears a championship belt made of flames. Yeah,
it's badass.
It's fucking cool.
So the next question coming in from Jeff, actually the last two questions are from Jeff. Did you read comics growing up? And if so, what were some of your favorite issues?
I didn't read a lot of comics as a kid. I do remember my first ever comic I bought, though, was Wolverine 75. It was one of the ones that had like the hologram card on the cover. And it was like Wolverine with like a bunch of spikes coming out of him. I just thought it was cool as fuck.
Oh, yeah. I also, like, I didn't, like, read them. I owned some Spider-Man comics, and I wish I could tell you what issues they were, Jeff, but I do not remember. But I can also tell you some of the first comics I bought with my own money. was an X-Men series where they resurrected Dracula because they were trying to fight vampires. Wolverine becomes a vampire and shit.
Oh, nice.
And he becomes a bad guy. And then I also bought the hardcover version of The Killing Joke.
Yeah.
The issue where it tells the Joker's backstory, basically.
Yeah. Fucking great comic.
It's a great fucking book. And I got the hardcover of it because I was like, this deserves the hardcover.
I had a first print of it at one point. I'm pretty sure I've sold it since.
I would also really like a hardcover version of Death in the Family.
Oh, yeah.
Where he kills Robin. And then I also have a copy of Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, which is just tremendous.
Oh, yeah. That was a pretty good story.
That fucking comic ends with him killing all the writers in the Marvel writing room.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, well, I guess we're done here. There's not going to be any more comics, so it was good, nice knowing you all and all this. It's fucking tremendous.
Yeah, I read a lot of comics like my late 20s into my early 30s. Read a lot of comics. But yeah, as a kid, I didn't read a ton. So I didn't have like comic book stores local to me and shit like that. So like I would get them at like the flea market and stuff like that.
So our final question from Hefe: Hawaiian pizza, yay or nay?
Hell no. Hell no.
So I will say yes with a caveat. The person who made it has to know how to cure or has to know how to cut pineapple properly. I don't want a Hawaiian pizza from Domino's. You know what I'm saying? Because they're just getting packaged shit that's going to have the weird hard bits. I don't want that. If someone knows how to cut pineapple properly and like when I make homemade Hawaiian pizza, it's delicious. So that's my answer. And you heard Jeremy's answer.
Hell no.
Which leads us to some house cleaning, sir. So if you would like to send us an email, you can shoot us an email over at yetanotherBSpod@gmail.com. If you want to ask us something and be anonymous, that's the best way to do it. Facebook.com/group/yetanotherBSpodcast. You can come over there and hang out with James Hall, Santos Lopez, and all of the tumbleweeds. Yeah. You can go to Twitter, and you can find us on Twitter at YabsPod, or you can find him at Just Call Me Jezza. You can find me at SuperNerdDalton. You can check out the website that is behind, yabspod.wordpress.com. I blame work kicking my ass for that being behind. I do apologize. And then if you'd like to support the show, which would mean a lot to us, patreon.com/yabspod. And if you do that, you'll get your name read out if you do at least $5 a week. Right? No.
I don't.
$1 gets you the shout out. $5 gets you the extra BS.
Yeah.
But if you support the show, you will get your name read out on each and every episode, like these wonderful people: Jeff, Kana, Megan, Ostara, and Team Retrogue. Thank you all very much. And I want to give a shout out to Team Retrogue. Go check him out on YouTube.
Yeah,
for sure. Alrighty then, that's gonna about do it for this episode of YabsPod, man. But we'll be back next week with more bullshit for your virgin ears. Is there anything you'd like to say here at the end, Jeremy?
Yeah, I got one question for you.
What's up?
Do you like Imagine Dragons?
No.
So you wouldn't want to Imagine Dragon these nuts across your face?
Take it easy.
Yeah. Nightmare. V-K-M. V-K-M. Here we go. MSG and the lights on me. A Monday Night Raw, everybody gon' see. I'm stacking up paper like I'm Vince McMahon. Give a fuck about a hater, call me Vince McMahon. Master of the pencil, man, I call the shots. Grab that brass ring while that motherfucker's hot. I'm racking in dollars like I'm Vince McMahon. I'm making the fans holler like I'm Vince McMahon. I'm the attitude era and I'm here to change the game. And I hit you with that stunner, you will never be the same. Approaching rock bottom, I was down out and lame. Then I rose up out the ashes like a motherfucking Kane. My pedigree's untouchable, call it what you will. Tonight you're getting color, I'ma make your blood spill. I'ma leave you in a pool of it like Hart versus Austin. Curb stopping hating sure does get exhausting. All around the world I'm getting head, call me Jon Snow. I'm in the back smoking weed with Mad Riddle, bro. That's why my eyes are red and glassy at every show. Cushions my cologne, you some bitch, you already know. Lights, camera, action, the red light is on. And entertain the fans till the last one is gone. Cause you're sailing beers through the air, skill is undoubtable. And when that glass shatters, the excitement is palpable. MSG and the lights on me. I lay the smack down, everybody gon' see. I'm stacking up paper like I'm Vince McMahon. Give a fuck about a like a normal man, but these title belts make me just want to Ric Flair strut. Limousine riding, woo, jet flying. Fucking baby mama, leave your soft ass crying. Kiss stealing, wheeling, dealing, son of a gun. You know I stunt with the style, I'm the phenomenal one. I gotta give it to AJ, he the best in the biz. And I'm Raps VKM, and I'm the best that there is. I walk out in all tight, I like my name's Dude Love. DDT, you want a cactus jack from high above. Up on top of the ladder, you bet I give you the shove. And watch your ass hit the mat and give that title a tug. All mankind is watching, they all tuning in to see the next evolution of the business begin. 5 words on your life lease, Undertaker's tombstone. It's MSG and the lights on me, and I'm the only motherfucker who's in XT. I'm stacking up paper like I'm Vince McMahon. Give a fuck about a hater, call me Vince McMahon. Master of the pencil, man, I call the shots. Grab that brass ring while that motherfucker's hot. I'm racking in dollars like I'm Vince McMahon. I make them fans holler like I'm Vince McMahon. I burn it all down. Seth freaking Rollins, drip guard, go hard like Tarzan, Phil Collins. Here comes the money, Shane O'Mac, we be ballin', pounding beer, smoking gauze. Farouk and Bradshaw, and that's why I got my chest branded with a big X. Degeneration, what my body does best. So many people tried to say I wouldn't cut it. Got 2 words for you motherfuckers. When it comes to Vinnie Mac, no chance in hell. And he ain't stopping at the sound of the bell. Ask Bischoff and going against him when well got beat for 83 weeks and still didn't sell. Tony Khan tries to be him, he's the top of the hill. Living out the American dream, if you will. His legacy will live on long after he's retired. He's got 2 words for you of his own. Yes! MSG and the lights on me. I'm the motherfucking king of the WWE. I'm stacking up paper like I'm Vince McMahon. Give a fuck about a hater, call me Vince McMahon. Master of the pencil, man, I call the shots. Grab that brass ring while that motherfucker's hot. I'm racking in dollars like I'm Vince McMahon. I make the fans holler, call me Vince McMahon. MSG and the lights on me. I'm the motherfucking king of this goddamn ring. I'm stacking up paper like I'm Vince McMahon. Give a fuck about a hater, call me Vince McMahon. Master of the pencil, man, I call the shots. Grab that brass ring while that motherfucker's hot. I'm racking in dollars like I'm Vince McMahon. I make the fans holler, call me Vince McMahon. Ha! Acknowledge me, motherfucker.
In her place, 100 candles burning. A salty sweat drips from her breast. Her lips move, and I can feel what they're saying, swaying. They say the beast inside of me is gonna get you again. Oh yeah. Black lipstick stains her glass of red wine. I am your servant, may I light your cigarette. This move, and I can feel what you're saying, babe. I say the beast inside of me is gonna get you again. Oh yeah. I'm here to serve, your wish is mine, love. Now Say the beast inside of me is gonna get you, yeah. Am I good enough? For you. Am I good enough? For you. Am I? For you. Am I?
Hide your daughters, your firstborn sons, as we welcome all your catastrophe, all the hate, all the lies, the heresy, I'll divide. Every time you hide and deny, suicidal king. My poison inside me punches is present and God is beside me. Vowed to break and down this position. Hide your daughters, your firstborn sons, as we welcome all your catastrophe, all the hate, all the lies, the heresy, I'll divide. Every time you hide and deny, suicidal king. The war machine, suicidal king. We feed the war machine, suicidal. We feed the war machine. The sacrifice has just begun.